So now we're looking at quadratic expressions. Something quadratic has a squared power. So we can write it as ax squared plus bx plus c, or we could say that it's actually written as x squared, take away the sum of two numbers, x, plus the product of two numbers as the constant, and we can use that to help us factorise. Now the graph of a quadratic expression or equation is a parabola. So a parabola is a curve. We've got a happy parabola, the positive parabola, when our x squared is positive, and our negative parabola, or an unhappy parabola, a sad parabola, when we've got a negative x squared. Now we're going to look at some examples of factorising. What we've got is x squared minus 8x plus 15. Now the minus 8x has to be the sum of two numbers, and the plus 15 has to be the product. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply together to make 15, but add together to make minus 8. Now if we start listing them, 3 times 5 makes 15. However, 3 plus 5 makes positive 8. So to make negative 8, both numbers would need to be negative. Minus 3 times minus 5 still makes positive 15, but minus 3 add negative 5 makes minus 8. So we've got 8 x's at the front of the brackets, 3 and a 5 at the back, and they're both negative signs. The next one, we've got x squared plus 13x plus 12. So again, we're looking for two numbers that add together to make 13 and two numbers that multiply together to make 12. If we start listing the factors of 12, we've got 2 and 6 and 1 and 12. Now 2 and 6 aren't going to make 13, but 1 plus 12 do make 13, so they're going to be the factors inside the bracket. So that gives us an x plus 1 in one bracket and an x plus 12 in the second bracket. The next example we've got is x squared minus x plus 6. So if there's not a number in front of the x, it just means 1. So we can say we need two numbers that are added together to make minus 1, and two numbers that are multiplied together to make minus 6, the same two numbers. So factors of 6, we could do 1 and 6 as a factor pair, and 3 and 2. Now we need to find a way of using these numbers to make minus 1. There's no way of making minus 1 out of 6 and 1. Now if we add 3 and 2, we get 5. But we could have 3 and minus 2, minus 3 and 2, 3 and 2, and minus 3 and minus 2. Most of those don't work. The only one that works is minus 3 and 2. So in our brackets we've got x minus 3 and x plus 2.